Whoa, we are back for the 32nd episode of the Home Advantage podcast, and for the first time, joined in person. I guess Jude is joined by me, but Jude, you need to make it down to Memphis sometime. We can do a show in my beautiful studio.
In the beautiful studio. Well, yeah. I mean, what are you going to do with your studio when it comes time to, not have a studio anymore? You're going to move up to Pennsylvania and
put a new studio.
A new studio?
Yeah.
But, what's your plan? Are you going to take off all your sound panels and all your...
Yeah. Just break down my studio and move it to Pennsylvania whenever we're up there.
Dude, I'm excited for my studio to be constructed.
It's coming soon, isn't it?
Dude, it's going to be here very, very shortly. As soon as we get a door, actually, on my closet. So, for those who don't know, my house is completely under construction. So, my whole basement, it's kind of torn apart at the moment. And, but as soon as it's done, my recording studio is going to be here. Might get a Tony Rotundo photo just for good luck.
So, you had the one picked out with David Taylor, USA.
The USA
but
one.
Are you still going with that one? Or are you going with Tony's most recent picture of David?
Ooh.
That awesome one.
The one of him going... You know the one. That one's funny.
I wasn't thinking that one, but that was
the one of his silhouette.
I don't know what that is. Don't be fancy with it.
Dude, so one of my favorite David Taylor pictures of him holding the USA. He's like, USA.
I'll find it.
But Tony just did another one. So from the June 25th, the Flo Card, or excuse me, July 25th. It's one of David Taylor's silhouette as he's running out.
Yeah, this thing right there.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't know if you can see.
Look at Sam's terrible screen filter. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
That's a great picture. You should do that one instead. Or both. You could do them smaller.
Ooh, my foot just cramped up.
We'll tell it to stop.
No more, please. All right. Senator, you want to talk about some wrestling?
Let's talk about some wrestling. You know any wrestling?
I know you're here, and I know we're about to have an M2 training center practice here pretty soon. Dude, so this is your second time and that you came to M2, you visited over the summer once last summer.
The time that David was wrestling in Final X 2 summers ago.
Dang. What do you notice as someone? So I'm at the M2 training center all the time. What's something for you who comes, this is your second time ever being in there. What's something you notice walking in? What's something that draws your attention?
It is a beautiful facility. Absolutely beautiful.
It's really nice.
The gear lined up in what do you call that? So welcome center? I don't know. But it's beautiful. 3 full mats around there. Let's see. Obviously, David Taylor's there, but David Taylor's actually never been there for a practice that I've been to. Which is interesting. It's been good old Mark McKnight. But yeah, incredible facility is probably the first thing that
you noticed. Yeah. I think we have just about 3 mats or something, so it's pretty spacious too. But yeah, so it's cool that you're gonna be here. You're gonna have your first ever, or is this not your first? Did you have one when you were here last?
Yeah.
All right,
we had a workout.
Your second, M2 training center workout. So that's gonna be cool. But you've been on the road for the past,
week and a half,
a long time. Tell us what were you doing? Why are you out and about?
Well, I started out at Reno Worlds in Tulsa, which was kind of weird. We were wrestling in Reno Worlds in Tulsa.
Yeah, but not Reno.
But we were kind of there because we were invited to the summer showcase camp that Flo Wrestling and World of Wrestling was putting on. And it was led by Eric Guerrero, who's the head coach of the Oklahoma RTC. And let's see. Yeah, so we went out there mainly for that, and then Reno was that weekend, so we did that too. And then traveled up for the Jeff Jordan camp. That was a week long last week, and now we're in Pennsylvania. There was a weekend camp thingamajigger at the compound, whereas best kids in the country get in live. But I hurt my back this week, so I wasn't able to do that, sadly.
That's a shame, dude.
Yeah, it's terrible timing for an injury, but it's all right. We'll get through it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing.
So tell us about Reno Worlds in Tulsa. Not necessarily your performance, but the whole atmosphere. Was there a lot of kids there?
There were a bunch of kids there.
Yeah,
I'm surprised we didn't get
what about COVID?
So their parents were supposed to wear masks, and I think the kids were supposed to wear masks when we weren't wrestling, but nobody wore masks.
No one wore masks.
Some of the parents would wear masks. The refs had to wear face shields, and there was no raising hands, which was so weird.
Was that weird? Did you raise your own hand? You're like, I won.
I won. Yeah.
Oh man.
But it was a lot of fun. I got to see a bunch of good wrestling, and I haven't competed since late March or late February. So it's been a while.
How was your timing? How was your conditioning? Did you feel?
I didn't feel rusty at all. Made some technical mistakes and stuff, but I was in good shape. Actually, so training in Memphis, I don't have a lot of partners there and stuff, so a lot of my training's conditioning, and so I ended up I was in pretty good shape, but had some wrestling stuff that I needed to fix. Some mental stuff too.
So you went from Tulsa. You stayed in Tulsa for the camp.
Bro, it was crazy. So the day of the finals, so the last day of the tournament, there were 2 sessions that night of the camp. So we literally got a bite to eat after the tournament, and then we're right into the first session of the camp.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Wow. Was that so? How was that for you? Like mentally to go from like competing mindset, now you're training.
It was actually helpful because the last day especially wasn't so great for me. Little bit of a down performance in the finals day. So I had a lot of motivation coming off of that for the camp. So I was ready to train. A
lot of kids there at the camp?
Yeah, around 150.
150? Flo Wrestling. Why didn't you call Jude Swisher? I probably wouldn't have gone. It's in Tulsa. But, okay. So
there were a bunch of PA kids you could.
Yeah, probably. Tell me about the camp itself. What did it consist of? Who was there? What are some just highlights, lowlights?
So actually, I wasn't able to get like the beginning of it. So at the beginning, they had 4 guest speakers, I think. Sammy Sasso, Nick Piccinini, and 2 others that I do not remember. But
nice.
I didn't get to do that, but they were like talking about recruiting. The videos are on Flo right now, just giving like mental speeches and stuff. They talked about recruiting, how to get recruited, and stuff like that. The whole purpose of the camp was it was called the Summer Showcase. So Flo streamed the mats, and the high school kids could get themselves recognized by coaches without the coaches having to be in there because obviously we're in a down period right now. But it was 4 sessions. Sammy Sasso was there as a counselor, and he would roll with us. I got to roll with Sammy a little bit. He's awesome.
Yeah,
he's an incredible guy.
I heard he was talking to you like at the Reno Worlds in Tulsa.
Yeah, we had to talk with him, and he was he was at the Reno Worlds and the Tulsa camp. It was awesome. He's fantastic.
Are we gonna get him on the podcast?
We should.
Yeah, we probably should.
I've been trying to schedule
Sammy, if you're watching.
Yeah, I've been trying to schedule an interview with him for a while.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's check the live stream real quick. I want to see if it's still working. But
yeah. Our Instagram one's going good.
Instagram's going well. What's up, guys?
Dang.
Yeah, it's working.
Let's see. So tell me how like the summer showcase like, was it exhibition matches? Did they have referee, or was it just a normal camp?
It was just like a normal camp, and we didn't really do any full-on live. We did like live positions and sparring a bunch. We did a lot of hard drilling, a lot of live positions and sparring.
But no live, like no actual like matches.
Live. Yeah. That was very surprising.
That's kind of bizarre.
But I think the main purpose, like the coaches have seen kids wrestle live matches. Like they've seen them compete. They know what they do. So I think the purpose was to see what they look like in an actual practice. And, just from watching from afar, I think there's plenty to gather for coaches. I started to pick up on it. Like, I think Guerrero was asked or decided to do little things like he would say ready, set, and then take like a really long pause between set and go to see who actually started before he said go, for coaches to see stuff like that. So little things like that I started to pick up on. Like, I think he's doing this for recruiting. And then JD Rader was there from Flo, and he interviewed everybody.
Interview
like a
you?
Recruiting profile. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like a full-on interview. It was more like,
here with Sam Herring. How's it going, Sam?
It was like name, where you're from, GPA, what schools you're interested in, what do you want in a school. But like, I'm in 7th grade, so it's,
right.
But he just did that for everybody. They were like 25 seconds long. Joe Flo interviewed me at the tournament.
No way.
Yeah, that was fun, but it was tough because it was right after I got off the mat with after my finals, and I just lost in the finals. So
is that the Grow Wrestling interview?
Yeah,
Joe Flo with Grow.
It's also on Flo.
Oh man, Joe Flo, Grow Flo.
Yeah.
Oh man. So a lot of kids your size. How was it?
Yeah.
So you had a lot of partners?
There were lots of partners.
What about like kids from like the country? Like where would you say the most kids were from?
Oklahoma and California.
Oklahoma and California.
Mm-hmm. Then obviously,
like,
obviously the
Oklahoma
PA
because
crew,
it's
Tulsa. The PA crew that I came with were there, so pretty solid amount of kids from Pennsylvania. Cali probably had like the not Oklahoma most kids, high school included.
That's really interesting. And then so do you happen to know like the spread out of like ranked kids count on the big board?
Goodness. It was crazy. So the goal of
was
the
to
camp
get to as many of the big board kids?
It was top 40 of each grade. And originally there were supposed to be no middle school kids. But then like kids like Mason Gibson, I guess Nick Bouzakis is too old, but like Pearson Manville, Vince Bouzakis, those kids who can actually wrestle with the older kids.
Was Pearson there?
Kids. No, he was not. But I think originally he was supposed to get.
Interesting.
But so Nomad was kind of putting it together, and as he started to see 8th graders could actually go, so he decided he'd get top 40 kids from each grade and then 8th grade. So that's when I got invited.
Not an 8th grader. You're a 7th grader currently.
Right.
Well, going into the 8th.
Going into the 8th grade. That's what 8th grade is right now. The other kids are freshmen.
I guess I'm an idiot then.
No, it's fine. But I'm anyway. That was the idea of the camp. So pretty much the top kids of every weight were there, every grade. It was awesome. Jordan Williams was there. He rolled with Mason Gibson. That was really fun. Those battles were cool.
Yeah, just to see that. How much did you watch?
I really didn't get to watch much, but what I did watch, luckily he did do a little bit where it's like 2 groups, so I got to watch the bigger kids a little bit, but it wasn't much. Yeah,
I know that. I mean, oftentimes my dad's like, Jude, what did you see? Like, how was it between these 2 kids? I'm like, no, I was wrestling too.
Yeah.
Like, no idea. I have to focus on my own wrestling. I have done that before though. I have like wrestled, and while I'm wrestling, like kind of kept one eye on another group.
Yeah.
Just for fun. But
I do that sometimes. With Eli too. I want to watch Eli.
I love watching my little brother. So Eli and Ezra are both currently wrestling at M2 right now. How much does Eli weigh?
85 right now.
85. So Ezra weighs about 95. That's actually really funny, but Eli's short. Eli's really short.
He was pushing 90. Like, he's supposed to be around 80 right now.
Dang. Maybe we should have Eli and Ezra should be partners, because Ezra is like a string bean. Like, he's really tall, but like really like skinny.
Eli's a stump.
Eli is a stump. He's the fire hydrant.
Yes,
string bean in the fire hydrant. Oh, man. So, okay. So you went from the summer showcase all the way to Jordan. Yeah,
that was the funny thing too. So we flew from Tulsa. We had a layover in Chicago and then into Dayton, Ohio. So we at Reno, they give these giant trophies. They're like eagles.
Yeah, the eagles on top of the world.
And I'm traveling with Bo Bassett, Mason Gibson. Like, these kids. Bo won Outstanding Wrestler. He won first place. He has these giant eagles and this Outstanding Wrestler award. We're supposed to figure out how to get these things on the plane. We went to the UPS store to see if we could ship them.
You really can't home.
But they were $60. They were $60 to ship. So we decided we'd try to carry them on. We walked into the airport with these big boxes like the Eagles were in, and the guy at Tulsa was like, "Are you guys from the tournament? You guys won some trophies?" We're like, "Yeah." So this guy obviously knows. And he was talking to us, and he was like, all right, we'll see if we can figure this out. So he helped us, like, get a cheaper way, and he told us we could just, like, carry him on the plane, put him in our laps or whatever.
So you sat with an eagle in a box on your lap.
We put it under the seats. It was up above. We could put it if there were room. There was room. So that was really funny. We were just walking through the airport carrying eagles. People were staring left and right.
That's actually really
Bo had
really
2 giant things.
So it was an eagle, and then what is the OW award?
The OW award was it was like a big block, and on top of it, it had 2 things that held a globe. Mm-hmm. And the globe you could take off. It was like a ball, and so he put that away in his bag and was just holding this.
So it's just a box with. Oh my gosh! You unplugged the mic.
Yeah.
You want it to be?
Well, right now it's still on the computer, so we'll see if we
click it again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're back. Sorry, we unplugged the mic.
Come on, Jude.
Jude Swisher unplugged the mic.
But anyway, we were walking to the airport, and we got a bunch of funny looks.
Wow. So you go to Ohio.
Yeah.
Jeff Jordan camp. When did you start wrestling? How long were you in Ohio before? Like, was it like you arrived and then that day or next day?
Well, we arrived nighttime, like 9 p.m., which is actually crazy. So the flight got pushed forward. So it actually got delayed, and then the people said, we put you on another flight, which was earlier. And just by random coincidence, at that time, Coach Bassett looked at the just went to go check in with the flight, make sure everything's still good. So he looks at it and sees flight leaves at 3, and it was 1 o'clock, and we were still like in the middle of a session at the camp.
Oh my gosh!
And so he was like, "Oh shoot!" So he
just by chance
sprinted out and grabbed everybody that was fine, and so we had to go back to the hotel, get all of our stuff, and then drive up to the airport. We had to deal with a rental car. So it was like the Home Alone scene sprinting through the airport. With the Eagles, of course, just sprinting through the airport. So that was a crazy
You didn't
scene.
lose anybody?
No, we didn't lose anybody.
Thank God.
Yeah, I didn't get on a trip to New York or wherever he went on a trip to. The second movie. Anyway. So we got there at, I think, 8:30. Drove to Ohio, our hotel, like in St. Paris, Ohio, a tiny, tiny town. But anyway, we got dinner at Buffalo Wild Wings, and then the next morning was our first session.
Dang. All right, and then Jeff Jordan camp. How was it?
Fantastic. Jeff Jordan has one of the best camps there is.
Yeah?
He had, obviously, Bo and Micah live there, so they would teach the sessions. So great technique and stuff. And he's done a million of these camps, so he knows exactly how to run them. So, yeah, fantastic camp. First 2 sessions are hard drilling and technique, and then the last one's 2 hours of live. Great partners there. So, yeah, it was fantastic. Jeff Jordan has a great camp.
Dang, how many days?
It was Sunday night to Thursday.
Oh, okay, so you got like the full.
But we got there Sunday. We were there for Sunday because we had the showcase. We got there Tuesday morning. Monday night, our first session was Tuesday morning.
Dang, and then
we came up.
Traveled all Friday.
It was only like 3 hours. We traveled Thursday afternoon. It was only like 3 hours from Ohio to where we were going in Pennsylvania. And then we had the next day, Friday night and Saturday morning was the compound thing. So
you have a little compound training camp, and then a Sam Herring birthday party.
Yes.
Sam Herring.
Yeah.
14. How does it feel?
Or 12, because my phone's red. So.
He keeps going backwards. So Sam really does believe if my phone has a red filter on it. I have a question. Is it a filter or is it like a case that you're putting on?
It's a filter.
All right.
You just change its settings.
If you have this red filter, your Benjamin button is going straight backwards.
Going straight down.
So 12-year-old Sam Herring, you just got to get younger. But it's not as efficient when you do it because you're not as old as Kyle Dake. So you can only do it for less time eventually.
Older, right. So I'm actually getting older right now. I'm actually getting older, but at the same time getting younger.
Both ways.
Only Cornell brains would understand you.
All right. Sorry. Well, I'm not cut out clearly because my phone has a bright, blue light, extra blue light. It's kind of insane. I got a filter that puts more blue light in my eyes. We're gonna just get old faster.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, that's crazy. It's very cool to finally have you here in person. Your birthday. It's pretty special. Any other training camps? Any other things going on with your summer?
No, that's all like this last couple weeks. Yeah.
That's it.
Fantastic.
Sam Herring.
Got to watch the Flo Wrestling card.
On the road?
That was awesome. No, we weren't on the road for that, but it was like the week before.
Sam, have you heard any whispers about the next Flo Wrestling card?
It's coming here. It's very soon in August.
What?
It's going to be before the end of the month.
So we had we did a show, our fantasy wrestling analyst plus Jack Mueller and Seth Gross. We had a show talking about what cards, what matchups we would like to see on the next card.
Did Seth? I didn't get to listen to this one. So did Seth and Jack want matches?
Yeah. So they actually really wanted. I think Jack wanted Gilman versus Spencer.
No, I mean themselves.
Seth. No, they did not pick themselves. They picked other people. But
oh man, I wanted Seth to call somebody out. Jack's already wrestled, but I wanted Seth to call somebody out.
But let's see. So Seth wants Gilman and Spencer because he said selfishly because he wants to watch the 2 top guys at the weight. wrestle because
That makes
people.
a lot
I
of
have to
sense.
forget that Seth and Jack are, they're competitors just as
Seth
much
is
as they
right
are.
People
Just as
don't
much as
forget that.
Yeah,
People don't look at Seth Gross and go HMA Wrestling Fantasy.
I do.
They look at him.
That's
and
how
go,
I look at him.
String bean. Talk about string bean, man.
Dude, have you seen the picture of him when he's cutting to whatever 25.5 pounds or something? Terrible.
He cuts. Don't do it.
Not
unless your name is Seth Gross. And Jack actually likes.
It'll turn out pretty well for him for the Pharaoh. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack likes cutting weight too.
Yeah, does he? I know that Roman cuts a lot of weight, but I don't. I mean, to my understanding, I don't think Jack had to it was only 37.
They didn't have to cut weight for that but event. Jack does like cutting weight in general. Helps him with confidence, he says. Like he works too hard.
Helps stay focused.
Yeah. It's like an extra little thing that he does that he feels like other people don't do. That gives him more reason to win.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not that way. I like
keeping a good diet. I don't like cutting weight though.
I like to feel good, wrestle good. That's my kind of mentality. So
you left out the look good first.
Left very out the look go.
Very obvious. For that.
So I don't cut a lot of weight. So I walked around at 132 pounds. The most I ever got was 134 during the season, and then I would cut to 28. So that's
not bad.
Not bad at all. Right. But it's entirely water weight because every day you drink a gallon of water. You drink more than a gallon. Yeah, as much water.
With a lot
of
practices, you get to drink more.
Right, and so I had a schedule. I drink a quart when I woke up. I drink a quart before before lunch. Drink a quart before practice. Drink a quart after practice. Drink a quart before I go to bed. So it's I'm averaging between 5 and 6 quarts of water, and that ups your your hydration and your sweat, and so you're actually losing a lot more weight than you're actually intaking because of just I had 2 workouts a day, and so but that I'd go into competition feeling fresh. I would never cramp. I would be flexible and strong. And
that's the way to do it.
It also keeps my mind off of cutting weight because I've wrestled in tournaments where all I'm thinking about is beating the scale. I'm not thinking about my competition. And as a result, I didn't wrestle as good. Yeah. Because I was just so worried about making the weight.
But with youth tournaments though, you weigh in. So Reno, listen to this. Reno, I weighed in the day before at 4 p.m. Okay. The next day I didn't compete till 6 p.m. The tournament didn't start for my group.
So you had a full day
26
plus 26 hours before you wrestled. But then
listen to this. They were doing it was a 3-day tournament. So my bracket was an 8-man bracket. It was tiny. I had to buy a first round. I didn't even wrestle that first day.
That first day? So
I had a 50-hour weigh-in before I actually wrestled my first match.
How big did you get?
I didn't get much bigger because I didn't cut too much weight.
What do you weigh right now?
I hit 100. Finally.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
100 club.
But I wrestled 91 this weekend, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
So not this weekend, last weekend. But I cut from 95 to 91. And then from 95, I was like, all right, my next goal is hit 100, and I hit it fast.
Nice. So, my man. One of my good friends, Nick Pavlechko, just hit 200. So, and
we'll get there. Just kidding. I'll never get there.
He's going into his freshman year, so he's just 1 year older.
There's a hopefully I'll get there because I get big, but then the most likely.
Oh my gosh! Look who joined. That's Aaron Little.
Aaron Little. What's up, Aaron?
Sam and Jude live and in person.
Yes.
Pretty fantastic. Hi, Aaron.
Anyway,
what were we talking about? Doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Oh, me getting to 200. Yeah. It won't happen, hopefully.
No. So what I was going to ask you is, bring it all back full circle. What are you thinking about Flo Card? Who do you want to see? If you had a Flo Card, who would you put on it? A middle school match? Sam Herring versus
middle school match.
Aaron Little, perhaps?
No, middle school match. I think that'd be really cool if they could do that. But anyway, they don't have to pay the kids, and it'd be free entertainment, right?
Maybe.
Kids, hey, look, it wouldn't be Dake Chamizo. Kids will throw down.
It wouldn't be Dake Chamizo, where they're all reserved and.
Yeah, kids. Look, kid wrestling is dang entertaining. It is fun to watch.
I actually agree. I went to a couple youth tournaments during the season. Took me right back. There's nothing like it. It's crazy. It's wild. It's very
kids
fun.
Throwing headlocks left and right. Crazy.
Excellent technique.
Yeah.
Top of the heat.
So, but anyway, I would want to see some really entertaining ones. I really want to see Jani wrestle Rashidov, really bad. But one that I think is underrated is Jani wrestling Askarov. Askarov is kind of getting close to retiring, but
It's old.
you remember Askarov? He wrestled Jordan Oliver, beat the Streets that one year. That would be so fun to watch because they both love elbow control, but Askarov has that slide by from it, which I've never seen anybody hit like him. But that would be really fun to watch. Okay, who else? Spencer Lee against the best.
Agoyev. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's a match I had.
Yeah, that one I would love to see. Spencer Lee, I mean, I guess everybody looks at Spencer Lee as the best right now in the country.
Right. A match I thought about, which I wonder if they would do it. He'd have to gain some weight, but Jani versus Jason Nolf. I think that would be really interesting, actually. It is a lot of weight.
Who is the guy that Ben... Oh, Chamizo Jason Nolf.
Who's the guy? Oh, Chamizo. I forgot.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I think that would be a good one. Well, here's one that I thought. So they were in the, talking about like Joe Rao, Pat Downey, like these Freco matches where it's freestyle Greco. Imagine this. Isaiah Martinez, Kamal Bay. That would be really good.
That'd be fantastic.
That would be really good.
Kamal Bay wrestle?
They're the same weight. Kamal,
sure?
Yeah, Kamal is whatever that 70 some pounds.
76 maybe.
Yeah,
I think that's what he wrestles. Not totally sure.
Sam will look it up. That match would be so good. Just like Imar's dominance in the underhook, and then just Kamal's athleticism and he's excellent in overhook and all natures of throws. So.
77 kilos.
77. So yeah, so they're just about the same weight. That would be extremely interesting. I'm trying to think. I can't remember any others that really would come to mind. I selfishly.
Like Freco matches?
No, just matches.
Just any matches? Come on, there's so many.
I mean, selfishly, DT versus Sadulayev, simply so I can see my coach become the number 1 pound-for-pound wrestler in the world.
It's a lot of hope, man. Sadulayev is really good.
You're going to. What if Sam is watching right now?
Sam is watching.
Or not Sam, excuse me. David.
David is watching right now.
Say hi to David Taylor.
What's up, David Taylor?
He's probably not.
If David is watching, I don't know if he is, but if David is watching right now, I want to say the same thing. The odds are stacked against him. I think he could win very well. And he's insane. Did you watch him July 25th? He can do it. But
no, I actually didn't watch that match. I actually despise David Taylor on and off the mat. This is on the record.
The results lean Sadulayev. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
it'd be very hard for David to do that.
I hear that.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me see. Any other matches come to mind?
Yeah. Well, I haven't said any 70. Well, I did say Jason Nolf Chamizo. 86 matches. Pat Downey versus the World.
Pat Downey versus the World. I'm thinking we got to get what's his
face? How about some women's matches?
There was the one that was good. It was.
I want to see Victoria Anthony wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see. We're being told that we actually have to get this cut short. Sam, what time is it?
It's 2:23.
It's time to go.
Eastern time. So we got to run.
Someone here. Let's do this. Someone just said. Let me pick up the phone. They say, "What's up, Sam?"
Oh, what's up, Brady Kostick?
All right. So we are gonna go. We have to go pick up our friends and get ready for practice here pretty soon. But
fantastic show, glad
I know we didn't really have a ton to talk about, but it was it happened. Jude and Sam live and in person, and now we're gonna go wrestle, and I'm gonna be his partner. I'm gonna go inside tie and just duck him. That's it. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him that right now. All right.